Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining in our new episode. Today, we have a special guest, the co-founder of TruePNL.com, Russell Abdelin. So, hey, Russell, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Thanks, Ivan, for joining me, for inviting me to this conference. So, yeah, pleasure to be here.
Okay, wonderful. So, as far as I understand, you're working on a project, TruePNL.com, that allows basically people to invest in the early stage crypto projects. So, it is a launchpad, shortly put.
Yeah, it's a multi-chain launchpad. We started our journey like 2.5 years ago. During this time, we launched about 62 offerings, raised more than 6 million, gaining about 50K KYC users on our platform. So, and now we are ranked by top 20 by cryptorank.com. So,
Whoa.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, my first question is going to be, can you provide an overview of your Launchpad and its main objective in supporting new blockchain projects?
Sure. We basically have two products on our platforms, private sales and public sales. Private sales, when we agree with the projects to take and private sale allocation alongside the VCs and provide this investment opportunity to our users. So, and really often the projects comes to us early when they just start raising funds, and we help them talk and boost the traffic as well with the community, accelerate them in ways we can help or give additional value propositions. So, yeah.
And another one like private and
public sale, and public rounds, sure. And public rounds, I guess, is the most common offering. So it's traditional IDO when we provide our users an ability to invest at the DG stage before the listings, and in most cases users get the best prices with the minimal wasting schedule. So yeah.
So the entry level is pretty low for average users, right?
Yep. We are trying to give the best prices. Sometimes it's pretty winning strategy when the market is really nice, and the users can afford to wait or to hold tokens for a long of time. Like, for example, some of our project has 2 years wasting, but the price was 3 to 4 or 5 times cheaper than they can get on the public sale, and even like up to 20 times cheaper than they can get on if they buy it on the decentralized exchange or on Sexes.
Whoa, cool. But
yeah,
I'm interested in how do you select and evaluate the projects that are listed on your Launchpad? Like, what is the criteria that you consider here?
Our scoring model is quite similar to venture capital models. We start with team evaluation, so we jump on the call with the team, trying to understand the ability to perform on the current project, check the previous background, relevance of this background to the current idea. And second stage, when we trying to check the investors, prefer to take and co-invest with tier 1 VCs. For example, some of our projects we launch on our platform backed by Binance Labs, by Sequoia Capital, Dragonfly Coin Fund, and other quite popular mentionable VCs in the crypto space. And there are also 2 additional factors which applicable to the crypto project. First one is a hype level. Basically, we're trying to understand how the project hyped in the crypto space. We checking the community, the KOLs, the engagement of this community. So we're trying to understand if there is a lot of potential users and also potential holders who are going to buy this token on the secondary market. Fourth factor is the tokenomics. We're trying to take projects with and understand how the beneficial tokenomics for the current round we are going to provide to our investors. And fifth factor, which I probably have to mention earlier, is the technology for sure. How is the project innovative? Was the potential impact for the crypto community and for the crypto space might be, and basically there is main factors used for evaluation of our project.
So 5 factors, and you put technological aspect, technological assessment, the latter, or it is like...
No, it's basically the second, it's the second factor.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I just forgot it.
Okay, so they're not in the importance order. It's all like combined together.
Yeah, and sure. Yeah, it's all combined together, and we have kind of scoring when we just add some scores for each of the factors.
So you have your own scoring system, like...
Yeah, because
Amazing.
I think for these 3 years we evaluated more than 500 projects.
Ooh.
And took 62 of them. So yeah, we have to make it on the systematic level.
But speaking about the projects, can you share a successful story of a project that was launched on your platform and has achieved like significant results or even adoption?
Sure. For example, 2 months ago, we launched the Finblocks. Finblocks is a leading staking platform. I guess they have more than 100,000 users currently, and they're backed by Sequoia, Dragonfly, Coin Fund, and we were really happy to provide this investment opportunity to our investors.
So maybe one more?
Okay. So 2.5 years ago, we launched Solchix. Solchix was a tier 1 crypto game on Solana.
Solchix. I think I remember that. It's like a game, or was it like...
Yeah, it was a P2E game, on the own. And first, I guess they even dropped the Solana chain during the IDO round. So yeah, they was really popular.
Well, 2.5 years ago, can you imagine that? What a time was that?
Yeah, it was a crypto market.
Completely different from what we have right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
But speaking of these projects, like continue this story, what support and resources do you offer to projects like beyond their initial launch, such as like marketing, partnership, or community building? Like what happens next?
Basically we are trying to fill the potential requests of our projects, and for sure every project has their own specific requests. But we help projects across 3 different verticals. First is marketing and communities. Currently we have more than 800 KOLs in our network, and really often we help these projects onboard these KOLs and manage them during the token sale period. Second one is fundraising in connection to exchanges. We also have about 150 mutual funds, angel investors in our network, and we really often share the pipeline of our project with them if we launch a project. And third point is connection to potential partners across the crypto field, like exchanges, audit firms, market makers, and in most scenarios we have discounts from our partners. So basically we even save the budget of our portfolio companies and help them to achieve their goals. So yeah.
So speaking of investments, how do you ensure investor protection and conduct due diligence on projects to minimize the risk of scams and fraudulent activities, which happen quite often in crypto sphere?
Yeah, crypto is one of the most dangerous fields, I think.
Of course.
Comparing with traditional markets.
But it's a newer one.
So basically we start due diligence with a video call, and we are trying to evaluate the team background. We make a fact checking, for example, if they has participated in another crypto project, if they had an experience in another crypto project, we check the current performance of these projects, and it really often it might be not really great.
Well, basically digging in their past, trying to understand the background.
Yeah. It's and for sure the fact checking, because really often the project, when you jump on the call with the projects, it might be a lot of bullshitting, like, or yeah, for example, we are partnering with Gate.io, or we are going to list on KuCoin, wherever it is, and really often, like, we just write to these exchanges directly through our deal flow groups and asking, like, and make a fact checking, like, if they're really going to list it there or not. Or, and in most cases, I would say, like, they just say, okay, we just had one introduction call with them, we are not going to list them or something. So yeah, it's fact checking is really important. Also, large portion of our deal flow comes through our partners, like exchanges, venture firms, angels, which closely working with these projects. So it's also help us and give additional confidence that they passed the due diligence before. And regards the additional measures of investor protections, for the public rounds, we transfer the funds in 72 hours after the IDO, after the listing on exchanges. So if the token price dumps before the TG price, we refund our users, we make a refund to our users. It's also an additional measure. So yeah.
Okay, so, well, I'd like to talk more about your project, True PNL. So what role does your Launchpad play in facilitating token sales and fundraising for projects? Like, how do you ensure a fair and transparent process?
Yeah, for the private sale, we are not really we are not really limit our investors. So basically, everyone can participate. We just minimize the final ticket size, for example, $500 per user. For sure, every user have to pass the KYC to avoid the multi-accounting and stuff. For the public sale, when the project is really high, we're trying to give the maximum, gaining the maximum potential value for us and project, and give these tokens in the proper hands. So we have two different pools. The first one is a lottery pool, and which really often oversubscribed and 10 to 20 times. And all the whitelist users have to subscribe the project channels, make reports, supporting them in some marking way. And second one is penalty pool, when we trying to benefits our token holders and give them some chunk of the allocation. So yeah.
So what part brings more rewards? Just like it's like 50-50 or maybe different ratio?
It depends. Usually it's a 50-50, but also we are really flexible on our infrastructure and on token sale mechanics, because our Launchpad is a hybrid application. It's not fully D app, and because of the hybrid infrastructure of our applications, we are really flexible on the token sale mechanics. For example, we can on the centralized part, we proceed with KYC. We can ask to participate basically all things which are related to the whitelisting is the centralized part. And really often, like, we make a new pools, we make a FAQFS, we make a short period of time sales. I guess we really played with 10 different types of mechanics and token distributions over these 2 years, over these 2.5 years. So yeah, it's we're really flexible here. And after the users, after we already collected and choose the winners, for the guys who can buy this allocation, we add them to the smart contract. And so basically all the payments goes through the traditional smart contracts, which add us an additional level of security as the platform. So
okay, cool, perfect. Thanks for providing so much information about that. Well, my next question is still about the project. So can you name some unique features or advantages that makes your Launchpad stand out from others in the market?
So I guess we was one of the first Launchpad who implemented the private sales, because the private sales is an analog of the angel lead sales, when we get the and buy the early stage allocation in superior projects and to resell it to our users. For example, now a lot of platforms do the private sales like DAOmaker or stuff, but we was one of the first players who made it 2 years ago. And also, even if we don't launch the projects for the public sale, we can also take the private sale allocation in the projects and make a small raise for them, like 50 to 100K to engage the community and increase the amount of the token holders for them. So yeah, it's one of our unique features because some of our projects were lately launched on tier 1 exchanges, and yeah, it's really great opportunity for our investors.
So just off the chart, just speaking of the interest, does the private sale feel like off the counter selling process or not?
It's like different mechanic. It's really familiar to republic.com sales, and we also have a product advisors who worked for years as a product owner on republic.com. So yeah, we are really passionate about not just engagement in a new product, but also providing best UI UX to our user base.
So it is 100% safe.
Yep. It's also physically backed by smart contracts.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's amazing, actually. Okay, so how do you collaborate with other stakeholders in the blockchain ecosystem, like exchanges, incubators, or like venture capitalists? So basically, those that support the project launched on your platform.
Yeah, like already mentioned before, most of our deal flow comes through introduction through our partners, and I guess it's really important and helpful in long-term way because you're not just can make a due diligence of these projects, but you also can make or track the performance of these partners, of these guys who make like 5 or 10 introductions to you and check what's the current, what's the performance of the projects they're usually working with. From our end, we are also happy to provide introductions to our partners like exchanges. We closely work with Gate.io and made a lot of introductions, and a lot of our projects launched on the IO platform got listed lately. So yeah.
So basically, it feels like the same to the process where you seek for projects to be listed on your Launchpad, and it's like the same to seeking for investors like exchanges. So the process is quite similar, I mean.
Yeah, it's quite similar, and we are trying to build a long-term partnerships with game players, and at the same time we are trying not to be super pushy because every player has their own criteria for the product selection, and yeah, we have kind of short notes about each player, what the project usually seeks for, and providing and trying to make a match like projects and VCs, which basically can make a mutual beneficial cooperation, not just like for this big project who are trying to pitch the project to strong VCs. So yeah, we're trying to make it kind of win-win match, and it help us to build a long-term partnership with these guys.
Yeah, but definitely it's more secure than just working with projects that may turn out to be like nobodies. Those you're dealing with real guys. Okay, but speaking of the long-term support, what measures do you take to support the long-term success and sustainability of projects launched throughout your Launchpad?
Yeah, I guess most of our work and I guess our role is to make and provide the maximum support on the TG and before the TG stage. But at the same time, we always happy to and share some updates of our portfolio companies, like launching of new projects, products, or some products features. Also, really often the project seeks for some partnerships we're happy to provide or make introductions to our portfolio companies. For example, some service provider companies, like we launched the Sewer, is it kind of analog of Chainlink, but much cheaper. And we was happy to provide it to introductions to the most relevant projects or their products. So yeah, it's how we usually support our projects in the long-term way.
So there is no like short lifespan of supporting the project. It's like long-term support. It's not like a couple of months or something, like, right?
Yeah, I mean, like I already said, it's
so there is no end date.
Yeah. Like I already said, we are looking for long-term playing in the field. So when you provide a lot of value to the projects, they're happy to pay you back. Really often, like projects make a friendship with another projects or with with other founders who
just collect contacts,
Yeah, and
amazing.
If you provide a lot of value, they recommend us to new projects who are going to raise funds soon. So yeah, it's a long-term playing game.
Yeah, these are different. Definitely, these are like the benefits of long-term relationship. You can make profit. Okay, so my last question of today's interview, which was actually amazing. So I'd like to ask you, like looking ahead, what are your plans for the future growth and development of your Launchpad? Like, are there any new initiatives or features you are considering adding?
So, regards the product perspective, we are going to implement the Python ramp pretty soon. So users will be able to buy new tokens through credit cards like Visa or MasterCard.
Oh, amazing.
Yep. At the same time, we are adding new layers too, like Mantle or Scroll, Polygon, the KVM. So we will be able to support more chain natively. It's also give us not just or increase conversion rate in the purchasing by new chains, but also give an ability to launch new projects on these chains. And what else? We're also working on NFT token sales. We tried to make a pilot 1 year ago, but I think it was really early for this product. But we are going to work with real businesses and issues and NFTs for them, which backed by real products or services. For example, if the coffee shop owner, they can issue the NFTs, and which gives like 1 weekly latte for free. For the businesses, it would be an immediate revenue, which they can reinvest in the business grow, like opening the new coffee shop. And for the token holders or NFT holders, it would be analog of the commodity investment, like when they invest in some products in the long term and can get it for cheaper, comparing if they buy it like weekly latte every week. So, and they also can resell it on the secondary market in case if the holder would like to change their district or move to another city. So yeah, it's kind of a new product we are also working on.
So when exactly they are going to be implemented? Like do you have the dates, the exact dates?
Technically, it's already fully developed.
Oh, that's
yeah.
perfect.
I would be honest. But we also would love to see the proper market adoption.
The work is in progress right now, right?
Yeah, for this product, and we are trying to find more market, to see more market adoption to launch this project and have enough user base and enough businesses who want to launch this NFT. So I think it might be launched on the next bull run.
Oh, amazing. So it's like a sneak peek for new features of TruePNL, right?
Yep.
Amazing.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's the perfect ending point for today's amazing interview. Again, Russell Abdullian, the co-founder of TruePNL.com, was joining us today. Thank you, Russell, for this amazing interview. Looking forward to another
Thank you,
call.
everyone, for inviting me. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, guys. So thanks for joining for today's show. See you again next time.